Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So if you follow me on Mopar Insiders or here on the channel, you know that over the past few months I've been talking a lot about mid-size trucks. We know that Ram is really growing big in Brazil, and we talked about it back in August that they were going to launch a mid-size concept pickup that would lead to a production model. And back in August 14th, we broke the news for North America saying that here it is. This is the 2026 Ram Dakota Nightfall Concept. Now, this was a concept truck that was basically going to show the direction of where a mid-size truck would be for the South American market. Now, keep in mind, yes, we are getting a mid-size truck here in North America, but our truck will be totally different. It'll be a different chassis, different powertrains, different body panels. Everything will be different than this one. However, down in Brazil, over the past few years, Ram has been growing in triple digits almost every single year, and they have an expanded lineup. They originally, if you look back in 2019, Ram only had one model, which was the Ram 2500, and one trim on sale, which was the Laramie, down in Brazil. Since then, they have a whole portfolio, and they're growing, considering that they're a premium brand, like what Maserati is here. Down there, it's pretty impressive. So now they have the Ram Rampage, which is a compact pickup that kind of goes head-to-head with the Ford Maverick. Unfortunately, we don't get that here. They have the Ram 1500, which went through a recent update, so they got the updated one recently down there as well. They also have the Ram 2500 and the Ram 3500, and believe it or not, the 3500 is actually outselling the 2500. So it's been very impressive to watch Ram grow over the last couple years down there, and Brazil and the South American market itself is becoming one of the biggest regions for Ram. So with that being said, Ram is missing out on the mid-size pickup segment. While Fiat dominates South America for the pickups, if you look at the Brazilian market, Fiat actually owns, I believe it's 56% of the pickup truck sales down in Brazil. They have a full, not a full lineup, but they have a pretty hefty lineup, which is dead center in the mainstream pickup lineup. So they have actually have a subcompact truck that's smaller than the Rampage called the Fiat Strada. That is the number one selling vehicle in Brazil. If you look at they have a compact offering called the Fiat Toro, and then they have a midsize offering called the Fiat Titano. Now, the Titano itself is a rebadged version of a joint venture truck between Stellantis and a Chinese company called Chang'an. Now, Chang'an actually builds a truck called the Hunter, and it's been named a couple things in different markets. It was the K7, I think it was, in a couple different markets, but Stellantis has taken that truck over the last few years and made it into a Peugeot truck called the Landtrack, which was pretty successful in Africa. And then they rolled it out to a couple markets down in South America where it really kind of didn't do nothing. So then they rebranded it as a Fiat. And then since then, last year, Stellantis actually kind of retooled the truck a little bit, gave it an update, and decided they were going to produce it in a plant in Argentina. So they actually retooled their Córdoba Assembly Plant to be a pickup hub down there, and they've been producing Fiat Titanos ever since. Since then, Mopar has given it tons of accessories, and the truck has just taken off down there. So with that being said, and how the success is on that truck, Ram was looking at taking that truck for down there and kind of converting it into its own. So we got this. This was the Nightfall Concept, a kind of a preview of where Ram was going down there. Now, our buddies over at Auto Segros, which is a Brazilian publication, my buddy Marlos Nevedel, he owns and he's the editor of the publication. He has a lot of sources within Ram. And he was giving me a whole bunch of behind the scenes information about this truck. We know what kind of engine it's going to have, all this stuff leading up to the concept reveal. And the very interesting thing is, this truck, it shares a lot of components with the Fiat Titano, but in order for Ram to continue being a premium truck, what they have done is they've taken basically that Chang'an Hunter truck in China has gotten massive upgrades. It's got a lot of tech now over there. It went from being just a bare bones work truck to now they have like an all electric version. They have a plug-in version. They got digital dashes. I mean, top of the line stuff in this truck. But what they're doing with this truck is they're taking a little bit of that Chang'an Hunter truck and they're sprinkling in some of the interior bits and the tail lamps and stuff. But they're taking the main part, the meat and pie of the Titano. So it's going to have the same body panels other than the front. The front for the Ram is getting its own unique look. So the truck looks very aggressive for what it is, but if you look at the side profile, it looks very much like a Titano. The taillights are from the Hunter from what we've heard and whatnot, but when Ram actually showed this concept off, there wasn't a whole lot of information about it. They didn't talk powertrain. We knew it was going to have a 2.2 liter Multijet 2 turbo diesel 4-cylinder engine that has recently been launched in the Ram Rampage in Jeep Compass down there because of Marlos's group over there. But we didn't know a whole lot of details because they didn't show us pictures of the interior and whatnot. But Marlos said, hey, it's going to have a lot of those components from the inside of the Hunter. Well, today we actually got some images from our buddies over at Ram in South America, and they're teaser images. So recently I did an article over on Mopar Insiders talking about, Marlos found out some information that we knew a timeline of when this truck's going to be launched. We also knew that there was going to be 2 trims at launch. Originally, Marlos had said that there was going to be a bighorn model, which was very interesting considering that the Rampage recently got a bighorn model. And then on top of that, the Laramie Night Edition trucks down there have been doing really good. So this truck was also going to launch with a Laramie Night Edition. However, today we got these images, and if you look closely, there's a 3rd trim, and it's very interesting because this trim has not been seen in South America. Instead, we have it here in North America. So this is the first teaser image, and this article is going to go up on Mopar Insiders later today, so you guys are actually seeing it first. This is the first teaser image of the 2026 Ram Dakota Warlock. So yes, the Warlock name is going to South America. Now, if you know anything about the Warlock, here in North America, the Warlock has slowly become a alternative to the Rebel. It's basically the budget-friendly Rebel based on the Tradesman. Down there, it looks like it's going to be something different. So it's going to be very interesting to watch how this truck is launched because, again, I just got done driving a Ram 1500 Warlock for a whole week, and on top of that, I went to the Chelsea Proving Grounds, drove the new Hemi one down there, and again, it's a budget-friendly based truck. Down there in South America, this is a premium truck. So the Warlock name, you're going to see it on the side of the truck. I'm going to show you it, but it has the potential of being something very unique. So let's look at some of these images because they're very interesting in themselves. So here's the front. And if you look at the actual image that I showed you of the Nightfall concept, a lot of that is being carried over. What we don't see is that TRX style hood, unfortunately. We doubt that that winch in the front bumper is going to be available. But what we were told is like the things like the fenders, the fender flares, the beadlock wheels, the LED light bar on the back, which they call a San Antonio down there. I'll just call it a ram bar because that's what we're used to. But the ram bar will come on that truck as a standard thing. However, the lights probably won't. With that being said, we were told a lot of the accessories from the concept will actually make it to the Mopar accessories list once this truck comes out. Now, again, if you look at the front styling, there's a couple of differences. The first difference is it doesn't have an LED light bar that goes all the way across the front. Instead, you do have the LED fog lights that are down low. There's 2 of them, and you can see on the actual concept truck, there was 2 of them as well. And then, again, it still has like the caliper style headlamps, which we had in the Ram 1500 and the 2500 and 3500, the outgoing trucks before they got their refresh. So it's kind of blending that truck a little bit into a more mid-size offering. So if we actually go through and look at some of the images, you can get a better look at that front end, and you can see that there's no LED light bar that goes all the way across anymore, but we can kind of hint that there's a Ram badge, big thick Ram badge with the same kind of grill like styling in that truck. Again, no TRX kind of styled hood. It's going to be more toned down because obviously it's for production, but nonetheless, a lot of the styling will carry over. If we look at the side, like this picture that's backlit with the sun at like sun setting, we can see that the tail lamps are the same. Those are the ones right off the Ching & Hunter, which again, we were told that would stay. We can see a more production-based San Antonio or Ram bar without lights. So that goes hand in hand with what Marlos was telling us, that Mopar will have a ton of accessories for this truck, and probably including those lights when this truck makes its debut. We can also see that it has what appears to be kind of like a take on the older Ram 1500 Rebel wheels, which is very interesting because this is a Warlock truck. And then on top of it, again, crew cab, short box, one configuration. That's all you're getting. There's no extended cab model. There's no, like club cab, nothing like that. No regular cab model. It's a 4-door only. So if we look at the back, we can tell that the rear bumper is going to be the same as what's on the Titano. So same bumper cover and all that. Tailgate's going to be a little different. What they're saying down there at Auto Segros is that the tailgate will be a little bit different, mainly because it will have the dampened shock absorbers. So it basically, when you open it, it won't just fall down. This truck has to be a little more premium than the Titano. So it's things like that are going to separate it. But again, same powertrain, so we expect a 2.2 liter Multijet 2 turbo diesel 4-cylinder engine. That engine makes 200 horsepower, or 149 kilowatts, 332 pound-feet of torque, or 450 newton meters of torque, and it's going to be paired up with a ZF-sourced 8 HP 50 8-speed automatic transmission. So that's the same exact setup that the Titano has. The powertrains will be identical. Now, the other thing is, if we go down and look at the side of the box, this is where we get our first look at the Warlock badging. And if you look at the taillights close enough, you will see that just like the trucks here in North America, they have hidden Easter eggs. So if you look at the Rampage, they actually made the LED kind of highlights of the tail lamp into an American flag. If you look at these ones, they do say like Ram on the Easter, like as an Easter egg on the actual tail lamps, which is nice, kind of adding to the premium touch of the truck. But we see that it has the same font, same kind of Warlock badging that we get on the trucks here. So again, it's going to be very interesting to see how this premium truck handles the package compared to the more budget-friendly ones here. Also, we also get a couple of looks at the Dakota badging on the side of the truck. We also get a look at the front grille, which is kind of like you get a little bit of a attention of detail to it. It's not much because it's backlit by, the sun going down. So you can't see a whole lot, but you can see the Ram badging on it. One thing we do see is the interior for the first time. So we do get to see that it has a rotary dial shifter, which is very unique. The ones that Ram it usually puts out are very just round with kind of like a grip to it. This thing has like hexagon things kind of cut into it, so it's kind of more flat. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that thing comes out as it hits the market. We do get a look at the center armrest, which looks to be a mimic of the Ram 1500 and 2500 one. So again, you get the Ram's head logo on that. So they're, again, even though it's based on a Chinese-built truck, they are kind of implementing the same designs that we see on our trucks here. And then the best look what we get of the interior is the steering wheel. So of course, instead of just having a badge slapped on there, this is its own airbag cover. It's got the actual industrial Ram head look that the 1500, 2500, and 3500 all have. But one thing that we were told from Auto Segros was that the truck would have an all-digital dash compared to the Titano, which has the more conventional analog gauges. What they told us, this truck looks to have that dash from the Ching and Hunter. So if you look in the background there, you can see the graphics and stuff, an all-digital dash. It's supposed to have a kind of like a wraparound cockpit screen, with the digital gauge cluster next to a stereo that kind of touch. I'll show you a picture of the Ching and Hunter, and you can kind of get an idea. So that dash looks like it's this one. So Auto Segros seems like they're on top of their game. Now, with that being said, when can we expect this truck to hit the market down there? Well, that's very interesting because it's built in Argentina. It will be launched in Argentina first. Even though Brazil is a bigger market, Argentina will start getting these trucks in dealerships by the end of November. So they will slowly roll out this truck to Argentina first. In the first quarter, it will go to Brazil. Between the first quarter and the third quarter of 2026, this truck will slowly roll out across South America. So if like Chile, Uruguay, all that, we don't know if it's going to make its way up to Mexico. That's the very interesting thing, because there they sell the Ram 1200, which is a version of this truck, but it's built in China. Now, a lot of the offerings from Stellantis in Mexico come from Brazil, So I really wouldn't be surprised if this truck does make its way up there eventually as a replacement for the 1200. But considering how good the Ram 1200 has been over there being a base model truck, we don't know because of how the premium offering is with the Dakota. So again, there's a lot of questions if this truck will make it to Mexico or not. I don't think it will. I think this is going to be too premium for the Mexican market. There's no like base model truck, and that's what seems to be selling in the Mexican market today. So anyways, this is not the truck we're going to get. We're going to get a totally different truck, but a lot of people have had a lot of excitement about seeing a new midsize truck from Ram. So I figured, hey, these are the teaser images. We're going to learn more about this truck probably within the next month. They'll probably confirm the powertrain, the different trims. Again, we heard there's going to be a Bighorn and a Laramie Night Edition. And then on top of it, obviously, this Warlock truck. So stay tuned. A lot more details coming. But I figured I'd share some of the images that Ram sent out to us earlier today. So you guys, leave your comments below. Tell me what you think of this truck. Tell me what you guys are looking for in a midsize Ram truck for the US and Canadian markets. And make sure to comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.